Unrealistic expectations. I've been listening, right? We had a great conversation yesterday regarding rhetoric versus reality, right? If you notice on This Might Be Risky, we've been pulling apart talking points here and there, right? We got the whole talking point roulette and all that, right? The baby mama thing as an example, we mined that out in real time in person in Houston. Mm-hmm. But I'm just looking at things we expect as opposed to what happens, right? But we continue to perpetuate these unrealistic expectations and we assume and expect different results, right? I wanted to talk about this one first. I feel, and I'm saying feel, that this in today's day and age is unrealistic. Not going 50-50 is unrealistic, right? What benefits does a man actually get by paying 100% of the bills outside of the men that don't pay 100% of the bills? What's the obvious difference? What is the value in paying 100% of the bill? If you got a good woman, is she still going to do the things that you want her to do? Sherelle? Huh? It's a broadcast, nigga.
You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah. If she's a good woman, yeah.
She's still gonna cook. She's still gonna clean. He's still gonna help clean. Men put clothes in the washer, right? Men will pick up. Now I admit, a lot of my boys don't clean up that good, but their houses be neat. You know what I'm saying? But you can definitely tell when a woman has been over there, right? It's a little bit neater, right? They got like towels hanging over the faucet. And they got like little towels hanging off the stove and shit like that. That's how you know that they woman was over there and she cleaned up, right? When we clean up, that shit ain't hanging up and all that. Feel me? But we do pretty good overall. But I don't see a value there, right? Just first things first. But more importantly, in this day and age, who the hell is gonna be able to pay 100% of the bills?
Rich niggas.
And then what percentage is that? It's a broadcast.
2.
10, 2.
2.
Right.
I must be lagging.
Yeah, you might gotta lag. Do me a favor.
You lagging?
I ain't lagging. Drop out and come back in.
I ain't lagging. You don't know, it could be you.
You got a crazy delay. Drop out and come back in. Go ahead, hurry up. Right? So here's what I'm thinking, right? This is an unrealistic conversation, right? I remember there was one point in the conversation where Mr. Fantastic and I was talking. He's like, the man needs to pay 70% of the bills, right? If he want to maintain his respect. Think about that for a second, right? It's unrealistic, and therefore the expectation has to change. What is best for the majority of people? Let me ask y'all until Sherelle come back. There's 170 people here. What's best for the majority of people? For everybody to put in 100% and then they figure it out?
You was talking shit?
No. When men start tying their respect or their authority in their house to how much, what percentage of the bills we pay, we're gonna always be operating at a loss. And then it's unrealistic, right? Everybody need to pour in all their money and resources. If you are able and you can get a job, get a job. That money can be allocated in any type of way, right? It could be for vacations and trips as opposed to all these people going on trips and vacations on credit cards, right? It can be allocated for investments and things of that nature, right? But the simple fact that we saying 50-50, that man gets less respect, that's stupid as hell, and it's unrealistic because nowadays with inflation, the cost of living, everybody got to pay. We need to cut that shit out. It's doing us a disservice. What's your thoughts, Sherelle?
Nah, I think both people should be working. I believe in like the one pot. What is it, like a rising tide lifts all boats? So like all hands should be on deck because that just make more sense. Unless like the woman is homeschooling or something like that. I do think there's benefits from a woman being at home, but if she's not typically doing what I think is beneficial, then she should probably be in the workplace. Or maybe like working from home, where she has like a income, which is like a lot of at-home jobs in tech right now. So she could be making 6 figures and still be at home. You know what I'm saying? But it would be better for like kids to be homeschooled, for her to be cooking and doing things that's more in-house instead of outsourcing that. So I do think a lot of times when everybody's in the workforce, the kids get neglected, and then like health get neglected because the wife isn't cooking as often. And then depending on where they're working at, both people are coming home stressed, drained, with bad attitudes. So I think that's what the men see it, is that my woman doesn't have to sit around and be yelled at by some man at a corporation and come here giving me attitude from what she just dealt with at work.
Yeah. I think though, when we have the conversations, right, it's saying that women are never satisfied. Right? You heard that before? And there's not a separation made between working and non-working women. It just said women are never satisfied. So if that be the case, why not maximize contribution? Now, people will say one person can pay all the bills. Yeah, we hear that, right? But you have to downsize your life very significantly, right? You have to almost you have to almost have a minimalist mindset, right? You have to make a bunch of sacrifices, or, right, because of today's day and age where the money opportunities are open to both men and women, and generally speaking, women work and women have always worked, right? It just changes now. Now she goes outside the house to contribute, but we seen the help. We seen all these movies. When didn't our women work specifically? The help is
Black
when they
women
were
been working. We was slaves.
Well, real shit though. I don't know if you've seen the help. You never seen the help?
I don't watch movies.
Well, it's just a movie where the women were raising the kids in white people's neighborhoods and etc. Right? They come home. But women have always contributed in some way, shape, or form in terms of work, right? If you're on a farm, they work around the farm, and whatever the case is. But yeah, 100%. So I was just looking at it, right? And the reason why we have to mine this out more realistically is because 50-50 is how the construct is if you want to make it, right? And that's the thing. When we had this storm, right, down here, the hurricane, there were, upwards of, $1,000 worth of repairs and shit like that, right? People are living paycheck to paycheck constantly, and I don't think people are just out here splurging like we try to make it seem. It's hard out here.
It's not like a necessary like splurging on big things. Like I said, people would save a lot of money if they cooked. Like you could make, but people are spending, like if they go through that thing, the amount of money they're spending at fast food restaurants, doing stuff like the small stuff, like I just went shopping for this, doing this and this and this. That's what kind of adds up to where they be broke. They smoke weed, they drink. It's some type of habit that they have within it that keeps them kind of in the paycheck to paycheck type of thing. And then everybody has to have something new. You know what I'm saying? They buying cars that they can't afford. I think somebody was just joking like, oh, Sherelle ain't never had to lease nothing. Because Sherelle buys everything cash.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody coming. If I get sick and don't want to work for 3 months, ain't nobody come and get my car.
Yeah. I think to have that amount of cash on hand is difficult. That's why you do see so many people financing, right? And I think that Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, those things are a detriment to people.
Even credit cards, like a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
if you're not on top of that stuff, it could be so detrimental. It's like a fine line that you're supposed to walk with that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
but honestly,
100%.
I do think that the bills and the means should be underneath the man 100%, right?
Why?
In that, because just in situations where if your wife get pregnant and you're really dependent on her to work that entire time, she gets put on bed rest, are y'all going to be in jeopardy, right?
But that's poor planning though. But you're citing poor planning.
Poor planning though.
Yeah, well, so let's talk through it, right? Women running around here like they shouldn't have, or if I split 50-50 bills with my man, right? Now his respect level changes. That's ridiculous, right? Because if you married that man, if you with that man, I would assume you know that man gonna kill and die for you. Why should his respect level ever change? Why is his respect level tied to his pockets? That's corny as hell.
I don't think his respect level is tied to his pockets. Honestly, I think women who don't respect the man that they with, even if he paid 100% of the bills, she still wouldn't respect them.
Well, that's the thing. You can't even discern the difference, right? What does a man get by paying 100% of the bills? Does he get extra cooperation and submission and respect? You could argue he doesn't, right? So why not?
They say that they do. Like the men who pay 100% of the bills say that they do. Like the Antons, Yadas, the men who say, they pay all the bills, their wives stay at home. They say they get in a certain level of submission and respect from the women around them.
Yeah. So
whereas
men who should. So let me say it, right? Because I pay 100% of the bills, right? And she got the same issues that women who work have, right? It is always something, right? We need this, we need that, we need this. You're not home. You're always working. It's all, you see what I'm saying? Right? So it's not that it's disrespectful, right? But it's still a pile on, right? There's it just like we said, women have that chaos energy, right? So, just constant, I walk in the house, we gotta just shit. I'm like, is this an Amazon factory or do we buy shit from Amazon? You can't tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? So we want it to manifest in a certain way, right? But we have to be honest, and even like if I interviewed Anton, shout out to him, right? So we had a conversation, right? Just minding out things. But if he said it on the platform before, just using him as an example, right? Remember, he said he was down and out. They had to recover, right? She stuck with him. She was the breadwinner, giving her check. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like how it manifests and what people say are different.
But you also have to have somebody that's willing. You know what I'm saying? I think that men's goal be to have the wife just at home, but then that may not be exciting enough for them. You know what I'm saying? So I think then the complaints come because they're just bored or whatever. But Trigger Mike explained that what I was saying, where he says like all his bills, all his income, they live underneath the means of his income, but his wife works and he takes her income and this is investment. This is for this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? But it's supplement, they don't live underneath it. Like if she stopped working, they still be able to pay their mortgage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%. I understand that well. I just know that that's not the reality for the overwhelming majority of people, right? So I just want people to understand 50-50 is a reality for the overwhelming majority of us, upwards of 90%, right? And people can't be tied to how many bills they paying, right? You're not going to achieve great results. I want to use tangible examples, right? When you hear Callie on the podcast, right? When she's sitting in her husband, his man cave, right? He might chime in every once in a while, whatever the case is, right? But she said it before. They had to make it. Right. So there's times where she was making the money, he doing his thing as a barber, building up his business, etc. And they've been working together since we can remember it. Right. Callie be fussing with niggas on the panel. He's sitting right there. Right. She very careful. Even when, when she want to do things, she makes sure she get his buy-in, to do them. Right. And
or even like if she like losing her cool, you can tell like sometimes he tell her like,
yeah. You can tell that you can see the camaraderie, right? right? You can see the camaraderie that they have, and they've been splitting it and getting it out the mud and grinding together, and you see the difference.
That's ideal, right? That's ideal. But most people want finished products. Most people just feel like they overqualified.
That's what we doing. I'm tired of them niggas though. I'm tired of them women. Unrealistic expectations is what we addressing today. We got 300 people here, and me and you, and YouTube. Right? Stop this dumb shit. Stop this dumb shit. If you want to see who that man is, you got to get with him while he grinding. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym is a real thing. You don't even build the level of respect for a nigga if you don't even see how he got it. Right? It's very important.
And that makes it feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like a man, I don't know how men feel, but now like I feel that way. Like I made it on my own. Like niggas had the opportunities to ride the wave and niggas didn't see the vision. I'm lit. Yeah. And so if I feel like that as a woman, I can see how men be feeling like you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Because of the energy, you know what I'm saying? It's because of energy and how they give it. And now let's say, how do I say this? I can't say it like that. Okay, so let's say hypothetically I'm outside, right? At the place I am now, right? Let's say something happens, I'm outside, right? There's still things that I'm building up, right? So I'm at a particular place, but I also have goals. So instantly, if I incorporate a woman in that, right? She has to respect how far I've come, right? And be an asset to where I'm going. And she can still apply for the job. Right? She needs to be able to see the vision.
Because you're steady growing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like right? You're in a consistent state of growth.
Yeah. Yep. And it's very how you say I can't think of the word, but I know what it is that I'm going for, right? I'm very decisive about it, you know? So if she come in here, even though I'm not at the ground floor, I'm only at floor 4 and I need to go to floor 10 still. Right? So immediately she can be a part of the grind where we're at now. You know? Yeah, deliberate. Thank you, Atticus. You know? So I think that's overwhelmingly the key to the success. But people need to be pouring in absolutely everything they have into their relationships. Money included. What you think? Anything else on that?
Niggas.
Oh,
don't.
No, I think that's the ideal way for it to go. I do think that the greater influence is women feeling like they can't build with men because they build with men and then men leave them. So they get left after they build with a man or help them. But I think that they have like a misconstrued. That's the only like pushback I think we would get from the women is that they help. But it's not. It's about building with somebody, not building somebody up. And I think that's where the miscoherent, because you're trying to build with a man who don't got no place to stay. So if you can take in a man who just got out of jail, who don't have a place to stay, who don't got a car, who don't got no job, who don't got nothing, you're willing to take that in, then why aren't you willing to build with the man who already can come and pay 50% of your bills? Because you're paying 100% of them bills, right?
Yeah. Damn. I hope they hear it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.